VP. Then when Taz and Pasha, these guys step up, it just makes the team that much more dangerous. But I'm watching Snacks, I'm watching Bialy. They were both mentioned on the desk, coming into this map. And so all eyes should be on them here for Virtus.pro. Gambit, a lot is going to come down to Adrian. He seems to be the point man for the team right now.
Oh, well, Snacks going to get overrun. That was Space coming out of Underpass to take up a couple of kills. But look at this, they're fighting it back. Pasha picking up the 4th kill there for Virtus.pro, leaving Hooch alone. And Hooch had maps yesterday where he was on fire, and other maps where he seemed to sort of entirely disappear. So it's a little bit hard to know exactly where he's going to be. I do think throughout this week at ELEAGUE that Mo has been underperforming as to sort of his potential. So we'll see if he can maybe bring that back. I think that'd be interesting. But right now, Virtus.pro control the bomb, and Hooch has got time to play with, but it'll be hard for him to find sort of 3 individual fights here. Yeah, especially where Pasha and Bialy are playing in a setup that's going to allow them to support each other. So if one gets picked off somehow, the other's going to be able to reply instantly. This is a real tough situation for Hooch, especially because that bomb is dropped at the lower mid. So he has to try and get the drop on Taz, which isn't going to be easy. He is going to spot the gun barrel. No, he doesn't. He doesn't actually spot the gun barrel through the vent there. Missed opportunity for Hooch, and this might come back to bite him. Tries to get that first kill in, but he's also slowly running out of time right now. 30 seconds. Yeah, he's a bit paranoid. You can't blame him for it. This is one of those decisions that's almost impossible to play, and he ends up going down to Taz. And Virtus.pro pick up the pistol round.
Have to admire VP, though. That was a sick setup that they had going into mid-control, basically just attacking from all of CT points, window, short, even in connector. They just completely collapsed on Gambit. Once they figured out that Gambit were trying to put 2 top mid, 2 lower, and they were trying to get the crunch going, Gambit. VP, they had the perfect setup to counter it. Everything worked according to plan for them. And so that's what we're talking about, though. VP, they are a very solid team on Mirage. They're a very polished team on this map. So it's definitely not going to be very clear-cut here for Gambit, who go into a force buy. No bomb plant, so it's just going to be Kevlar, Deagles, a couple Tech-9s, well, just the one on Adrian. So we'll see if he can get something out of it.
Good headshot from Snacks. So that's going to be the beginning of the round here. Taz got to be careful. Doja's very close, but Snacks is going to help out again. Finally, Taz being allowed to kill a man on his own, which is making 4 on 2 right now. Mo, good shot and a good follow-up on Taz. He's also alone, but I mean, getting a couple of kills in here, making sure they are at least forced to rebuy some of the equipment is definitely important. See how far they can run with it. He's got to run into Bialy, and if nothing else, Bialy will hear him, so they have a lot of information right now.
Yeah, it seems like he has a pretty good idea of where he's at right now. The rotation is going to be coming in from the man in mid, that's Pasha. Checking underpass, so maybe Bialy didn't actually hear the steps? Because Pasha took the time to check underpass there, so this might be going off a feel here where Bialy is just trying to fall back to a more defensible position. Pasha with the eyes. What a shot from Mo. Instant headshot. Takes down Pasha. Doesn't know that Bialy's holding on the site itself. But still, considering the investment here in this round, they don't get the bomb plant, which is a little bit of a pain, but they still get 3 kills out of this. So not a bad round for Gambit. Beautiful shot from Snacks there to start things off.
Yeah, and even more impressive, the flashbang that he puts out. That sort of helps. They can't really even fight him back, That was just very cool, wasn't it? No bomb plant for Gambit, but an expensive round for VP, losing 3 members there. Going into the 3rd round, we'll see if, let's see, 1 P250 there on Doja, so it's the only one who can realistically do anything interesting.
Yeah, the early flash. VP continue to just challenge mid. They want to make sure that Gambit understand that they are going to have a presence here, that Gambit will not be allowed to get mid for free. Snacks is in a bit of a tight spot, though, because they're about to push out the top mid. Neo has to be quick, and he is going to be able to make it just in time to keep his teammate alive. And between Taz, Neo, and Snacks, they completely shut things down here in mid for Gambit. So very well done here from VP. And so we'll have to see if they continue with this now that the rifles are going to get picked up by Gambit. That's going to be the main question mark, right? Do they actually continue to go aggressive, which is an option, or do they choose to play it a bit more passive and wait and see what Gambit have in store for them? Gambit... They do have 5 smokes. They have some options here, Gambit.
Yeah, the only real downside is Mo without the armor. There are some places on this map where you would get grenaded if you were standing in the wrong spot with the AWP. And funnily enough, the apartments is one of them. If he goes to sort of take a peek up there and someone just tosses a grenade in, the lack of body armor can really heavily backfire. But we'll see if that's going to be a feature of this round or not. Bali is holding close to the ramp, and Taz Just waiting. Does put in the grenade, and he's down to 46, so that's a little bit of an issue. A couple of shots away from death now by Ali. Oh, what a great double. It looked like it took so long, and then the headshot through the side of the wall to take out Mo. So it seemed like all the worst things that could have happened this round did happen to Gambit. And Virtus.pro must be feeling great right now.
That's just such an unbelievable kill coming in for the second kill there from Bialy. The transfer, hardly any bullets left in the mag, no HP to play with. And he still picks up both kills. That is nuts. It's not like these guys are ecoing. They had Kevlar, they had guns. But that is a big play from Bialy. Neo moving out on ladder room. Doja closes the angle just in time, but Neo will get the spot. And Neo doesn't even need the challenge. All he needs to do is make sure that he just communicates that info over to his teammates. Bomb is still making its way towards Tetris on the A site. And Adrian, he's probably trying to play off the fact that they know that Bialy is low. But he is doing a pretty good job of sneaking his way in, only to get checked by Taz. And now it's all on Doja. 1v5. Hoping to turn it into 1v4. Maybe gets the spray on Neo, and he does. But Taz will get the kill, and that's where it ends. So 4 players survive for Virtus.pro. And Gambit, they're getting slammed right now here at the beginning of the half. This sets it up perfectly for VP now to have a follow-up round where they're going to be able to build their economy. Gambit have to eco here.
Bit of a conversation going on. You can see Doja talking to some of his teammates, trying to figure out what's a reasonable play coming into the later rounds. CT-sided map, sure, but you got to wonder still if they couldn't have put a little bit more into this round. It seemed like they did very minimal damage. And I think we have to do technical time, and I think what microphone missing a little bit, so that's going to be fine. Certainly figure that out pretty quickly. But yeah, Virtus.pro, off to such a good start. Good economy. Everyone is about $4,000 or more. So they have a lot to work with, even if they start losing a couple of rounds here.
Yeah, that's a solid thing, right? This is the perfect start for VP. They pick up the pistol, and they get this is a CT-sided map. So Gambit, they lose that pistol, they lose a chance of picking up a free 3 rounds at the beginning. And so now it's just all about those rifle rounds. And you really have to count on Mo having an impact with that AWP. VP, it still seems a little unclear.
This is Taz versus Gambit stat. I like it.
Wow. Okay. Then.
6 kills overall for the 8 of Taz alone. Yeah, you can, especially early in the round in the game, you can get weird figures like this, right? It'll probably even out.
Taz is playing a key position on the map right now for VP, though. Whoever's playing connector, you have to worry about jungle, you have to worry about connector. You're going to be one of those rotating roles with eyes on mid. It's a tough position to play with. So if Taz is having a strong start here, where he's getting a lot of kills, he's going to start feeling his game a bit. It's going to be tough for VP to really handle that sort of, or rather for Gambit to handle that. Quick trade here in mid. Hooch finds a headshot on Snacks, but Snacks takes down Doja in the meantime. And Taz instantly over here to connector, gets that smoke down. This smoke he'll be able to look over, exactly. That's the whole point. He wants to be able to look over towards short to support Neo. And well, Neo's going to find that kill on Spaze.
Yeah, but somehow Adrian made his way in here. He picked up a kill, picked up a rifle as well. Puts Taz's position in a little bit of a weird spot, and he actually gets that headshot. Look at Adrian opening up the entire round for his team. And I don't know why Taz didn't realize someone was behind him. It seemed like there was little to no communication at all on the VP side this round. So now Neo has to try and get in here and see if he can clutch it. 1 versus 3 with a bomb down now as well. He sees 2 players, so he has a pretty good idea. Flashbang doesn't do anything at all. In fact, it flashes more than it does Neo, which is a bit of an issue. Sneaking around there, gonna pick up the kill, and now it's Hooch versus Neo. He has the kit, he has a lot of grenades, but does he realize where Hooch is coming from? He's gonna smoke it off. He's afraid that he's up there, doesn't realize the flash was thrown all the way from connector, and Hooch making a lot of noise, so now he knows Neo goes for the fight. He's already got the 2 kills, and there's the 3rd. Neo gonna be able to clutch it and saves the round for Virtus.pro. Oh my god, that was a very tough round there.
Quad kill, and yeah, you can tell Hooch is just like, what the hell was that? You mean he wasn't trying to defuse?
Look at Taz, he never turns around after Bialy goes down. He just stays there. That's confusing.
This is almost like a stylistic thing, though, right? Like a specialist. Adrian, you mentioned it so often, right? Where he's just so consistently good at making his way out from Palace, making his way out from Tetris, through smokes, whatever, just hitting that timing to infiltrate the defense on that A side and have an impact. You would almost, you'd almost have to think that Taz is just like, right, okay, I actually have to stay on A side at all times to make sure that Adrian can't keep doing this to us.
Again, Virtus.pro with an attempt at some mid-control here, and they will take out, well, actually, Adren takes out Mo. That's a bit unfortunate, but he also gets skill on Taz, so I guess a little bit going back in their favor here. 4 on 4. Hooch attempting to sneak out in the A-bomb side. He's going to win the fight against Bialy, which makes it interesting again. 4 versus 3, and they need to start winning rounds, Gambit.
Gambit have all the information, though. They kill Taz, so they know Link is open. They've been hearing Snacks stomp around and throw grenades from window, so they have all the information necessary now that they've killed off Bialy to just adjust and get out onto this site. Bomb is going to be making its way over from Tetris now. The one issue is that they're still light on nades. Fresh smoke goes up to block off jungle, so Adrian can plant for free. But that means that you don't have to follow up smoke for Neo, who's coming in from short. 2 kills for Neo. Doja and Adrian both challenge him, both get punished. But Spaze is there to at least bring it back to a 2-on-2.
That's just a very good job. He tries to control the entrance in there, but he's going to get smoked off. I don't think that will keep him in there for very long, but at least gives a chance for Snacks to get into a better position. Going to be looking up. He's checking all the angles of the bomb side right now, and hiding in CT spawn is Hooch, so they need that smoke to try and see if they can get the defuse through, and Space is still locked out of it. Defuse still happening. Hooch coming in with a big kill there, and now Snacks trying to take over. It shouldn't be happening, and the fact it's going to be a knife kill, taking out Snacks in the smoke, and a triple for Hooch, and a round for Gambit finally.
They're on the board. A bit boring of a game, though, unfortunately for Pasha. He seems to be hanging out. You know, B site, Neo at least is getting some action on short, but Gambit are just not interested in that B site just yet. They have not gone there once, so it's all action on A. It's all action on Taz so far.
That actually seems to happen a lot, I think, on this map, where you'll look at the scope and you'll think, oh, this guy hasn't done anything, and you realize, oh yeah, he's playing B. So there is enough. Like, at worst, what happens is you're always the guy who has to try and do the 1v2 at the end. And if you fail that, yeah, your stats are going to look miserable. So that can definitely happen.
Still, again, I do like the Gambit are really just putting a lot of focus on mid. Round after round, they're putting up a fight here. They're constantly testing Virtus.pro. So this time it's Snacks. They went for some aggression, VP. They said, right, if you guys are going to go to mid, we'll see if we can't catch somebody out over here. So they've actually put a man over in Pit and Taz. So it's Bialy and Pit with Taz there to back him up. There is a bit of an aggressive setup over on A for VP. But Gambit, that's the kind of kill that's going to make the difference. Spaze takes down Neo over on the B site. So that can open up short. They know that Neo plays short, so now they have a way onto the site unless there's a big adjustment coming out here from VP. Snacks is going to rotate over to Kitchen, so the defense has been bolstered. But Gambit have so much room to work with now.
And Mo runs back and picks up the bomb, but interestingly takes it into T-spawn. So that's a bit of an indication that probably going to end up being an A hit right now. Bialy is pushed up further than you normally would see, right? He's all the way on the ramp there. Mo going to take the bomb into apartments. That's very fortunate for Gambit, because if he ran into Bialy and went down, that would be a really bad thing. Now a lot of it probably going to be up to Taz, I think, to try and get at least 1 kill and stay alive, or 2 kills. And there's the spray coming in. Very good job. Now he just has to live a little while longer. It takes up Space as well. Taz doing so much work. Even more damage being put into Hooch right now. Now Bialy coming up from behind with the MP7. And there's the bomb drop with 16 seconds left. That's a big problem. 2 versus 3. Nice shot from Adrian. But no, they won't be able to get the bomb plant down. Adrian can no longer win the round. There's simply not enough time for him to run, pick up the bomb, and also fight Snacks and Bialy. Oh my god. Taz, I think, definitely the hero of that round.
Without a doubt. Where is this Taz coming from? You look to Snacks, you look to Bialy,
Poland,
you even look to
obviously.
Pasha. But, you know, like, you don't look at Taz and expect him to come up with the big clutch plays like that. That is a huge play that just made all the difference for VP. And Gambit have got to be just so frustrated because everything was going right. It was all falling into place nice and neat.
But I mean, this is the weird thing about this team, isn't it? There's through different sort of phases, even just looking at Global Offensive, different players have been the sort of the best players on the team. There was a while when Taz was it. There was also a while where Pasha was it. I think a shorter while where Neo looked like he was, but I mean, still, it's been a little bit back and forth, hasn't it? Doja running back turned into Taz, and obviously ends up going down as Mo does refrag Neo. So 4 versus 3 still.
And in the meantime, Pasha's just crossing his fingers, hoping that he's going to find somebody over on B. Hooch will take down Bialy on A as the smoke clears. Taz will spot him falling back, though. And the bomb is making its way through B apartments. Still has the option to go underpass if he wants, Mo. But they're trying to play off of Space, who so far has had some... I mean, he got that 1 kill on Neo in the last round, so I mean, he's had some success. But Pasha's just crouching here with the shotgun. Not going to get the chance to put it to use, though. Instead, he might be able to deny the bomb up in apartments. That would be big. But Moo's going to be able to make it out the window just in time. And Space catches Pasha looking the wrong way. Taz trades the kill instantly, though. And we're into a 2-on-2 retake scenario now for VP. And look at where Snacks is coming from.
Yeah, sneaking up from behind like this, definitely a very good position at the moment. They have no idea. The timing is so off that Gambit haven't even started thinking about it. And Taz going to pick up a 3rd kill of the round for himself now, just on Hooch. great headshot, bringing Taz down, but he can't take care of Snacks also. And even without the defuse kit, that's going to be around. You see the sort of the head tilt, the lean there for Hooch. Really needed that 1 versus 2. That's going to be 7-1. And Gambit, even with the bomb plan, not enough money to buy here.
Yeah, Hooch is he's done that a few times so far this half. They just haven't really had anything break their way, Gambit, right now. A lot of chaotic fights in mid that VP keep coming out on top of. Then the clutch on A, and now a clutch on B. This is just, you know, they need to start getting these very close rounds to go their way. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to pull this off. Timeout has been called here from Gambit, so they've reached that threshold, that pain threshold maybe. You know, Pasha's beating up on him, flexing his biceps, and Gambit's just like, enough, please, tap out.
Taz is, I think, is beating up on them right now. Pasha's got 1, 1, and 5. So again, that B side just not really going his way. But the Tasmanian Devil just coming out right now. I'm wondering if we couldn't see a little bit more pacing out of Gambit. Either that, or just try for a regular old A attack. You know, they haven't really done that yet, where they just line up the smoke grenades and try and see if they can't make that work. You see Hooch being very animated here, trying to explain to his teammates what's up.
He's doing all the talking pretty much. I think Adrian would be the one to kind of have a conversation with him if it came down to it.
You do only get one of these timeouts per map, so got to make sure you get something big out of it. 7-1 is, it's salvageable. You can come back from it. You can salvage the current situation. The money is really bad for Virtus.pro. So if you just win, you know, if you just win even 1 round right now, then they'd force the eco and they'd jump from 7-1 into 7-3. And then if they win 1 more round there, then suddenly we have a real game on our hands. So there are only sort of 2 big rifle rounds they need to win. This one and the next one. And they have sort of even out their economy a little bit here. They've not gone for a full buy, but some take 9 armor and a little bit else.
That's how into it Cuban is right now. A little bit of a yawn. It's like,
relaxing in the background.
Checking in at work. Just another day.
Yeah, he's been saying that for him, obviously being part of the original lineup for Virtus.pro, he said that was sort of a mental change he had to do for himself to realize, okay, I'm not going to be a player. I won't be making it back to that level that I had in 1.6. Not that he wasn't necessarily the star player of those teams, but still, not going to be playing actively on that. Now I'm going to go in and be the coach and do a lot of those things. And I think that's interesting. I can understand how that can be a hard choice and maybe a hard sort of mental switch to make, especially with the career that he's had. Taz going to be picking up a kill there on Doja, and not exactly the best start here. But again, minimal investment for Gambit.
Yeah, exactly. This is all about getting that bomb plant down. They go for the smoke round, execute onto the A site, trading all over the place. Adrian finds Taz, but Snacks is still alive on the site itself, so he's the guardian right now, the gatekeeper. You're not going to be able to make it past. Snacks with the double kill denies the plant, so Gambit not going to get that big influx of money. They will have enough for the full buy, but it means that Mo, he isn't even going to contemplate the AWP.
Here's what I would like to see. I'd actually like to see them go for a Molotov and smoke into connector, a smoke into window, and then a quick rush from Catwalk, running into Neo, who very often plays the sort of the L-bend on Catwalk, run him down, and then deal with Pasha in the B-bomb side. I try and split mid-Catwalk to B. I think that'd be interesting. Well, we do have the Molotov, which is very standard to throw in the middle just to prevent any from AWPing from that position. Bomb is back in T-spawn, so we can tell it's not going to be anything quite that quick, and Snacks comes leaping out of the sky and right into Doja, who again goes down in that position. It's got to be frustrating.
This is just a nightmarish situation now. Snacks going for that play. It's flash, it's big, but that forces Taz and Neo to react to try and create space for him to get out. And it works perfectly. Taz and Neo each find a kill. Adrian and Moo down. But that is like, that's a BDP right there from Snacks. He's like, actually, I know you're trying to deny me. Like, you're trying to just take over mid with just a couple of grenades. Not going to let it happen, actually. I'll take the fight right to you.
Hooch and Space need to come up with something, and that's a really good headshot. Hooch seems to be playing quite well at the moment. I say that, he just sort of walks back and gets taken out by Taz, who is very aggressive. Now, Space 1 versus 4 here. Very hard to see how he comes out of this one. Pasha's also snuck up behind, so they've got him boxed in. Even if it's a pretty big box right now, surely it'll narrow over time, and eventually he's gonna get just zoned out here. A little amount of damage, but coming in from the side is Taz, who picks up another triple kill and makes it 17-2-6 for himself. Again, just a very, very good scoreline. I still honestly haven't... this probably says something out. I still have no idea what that is. Like the whole...
You know, actually, I did my homework the other day.
You did?
It's a dance move, apparently.
Right, I knew that much, but where does it come from? Who made it?
I can't tell you that.
What does it mean?
It's a dance move. That's all I know, Andrews.
Come on, help us out on Twitter.
What more do you
something.
need from me?
I'm just curious, all right?
Just leak them the YouTube video. Somebody can find it in 2 minutes.
Probably right. 3 smokes, a lot of tech lines, a lot of armor, and you have to expect this is going to be a really quick push, but only after the fire is out, and they walk right back. Oh no. Space saying, I don't want to get burned alive, and Neo was counting on that. Adrian going down as well, and as they try and push through, there's going to be Pasha with the Max 7. Finally, this is his moment. He can get some kills, and he's going to get 2. Looking for a 3rd, not quite going to get it, but still, finally some action going Papa Pasha's way.
Teams need to know that as well, that setup is one that VP are going to keep on using. They used it a lot versus Envy yesterday on Mirage, that B site where they get that smoke down, the Molotov, and then Neo. It's like clockwork. It's like one step at a time. Smoke, Molotov to force the guys back into the kitchen, and then Neo starts spraying through. And they even got kills against Envy yesterday doing that. So it's just a small detail that has to get picked up on with how VP are handling that B site right now.
Hey, everyone rotating towards the A side of the map. Hooch has got a grenade thrown from T-spawn, sorry, that he can sort of use to get a bit of mid-control while they're setting up to hit this A bomb site. Taz and Bialy are going to have a hard time helping each other out in these positions, but although they line up for Taz, and look at the damage being output here, it doesn't even matter. There were no smoke grenades coming in from Gambit. They just trying to charge in on their own. My point was going to be that probably Bialy would have been smoked out, and in that case, Taz is essentially alone on the bomb site. But without the grenades, well, you see the result. Triple for Taz puts him at 20. Sometimes
you try and go for that kind of play, but not a single flash either. I think that's the main thing, right? At least once you're out, like try and get a flash into play somehow. I don't know, because yeah, Taz just... They don't even look at the corner. They don't even check the corner. And they're without X-ray. You can see just how hard it is to spot players. He gets the shot on Taz. Or the HE rather. So he'll get that dunk kill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can be proud. They did their job today.
They're going to be playing tomorrow on TBS. They 2-0'd Complexity, so good day to wear the NV shirt.
Yeah, not a single person checking the balcony. That's the problem. Even the guys coming out from Tetris aren't looking up there, so that's just tough. I mean, you're so focused on the site. You're so focused on Bialy, who likes to play Firebox. You know, it's just you're just thinking about Bialy when you're coming out of the site, really. You're just thinking, right, okay, Taz is going to play Connector, Bialy will play Firebox. All we have to do is just focus on those parts, and then, Taz, yeah, he's on balcony.
And you, technical What is happening to that one chicken in the background? Look at it. It lives, and it's obviously also the superior chicken in the sense that it's sort of hovering about the rest. They've got like this is essentially a quantum levitating chicken that they've got going on, you know?
It will actually levitate and rotate like that for all eternity, right? No friction, just nothing to stop him.
That's the future, man.
He exists in a vacuum.
Something like that. Look, I mean, you're right. You were right. They were focused on Bialy and the bomb site.
Oh, poor Alchemist. I'm surprised. I would think that Alchemist, who's the producer of the show, right? That's the guy whose picture you see. Exactly. I'd imagine that he would have like found the person responsible for this photo and like just said, "You're done here," and like deleted the picture from everything. But
apparently not.
I guess one of them survived the call. No power.
See, this also tells you that our production crews have too much time on their hands, right? They've got all the images ready, all this stuff prepared already. How can it be? No, but the whole point is that's why you put up the smoke so that you don't have to focus on Bialy. You can focus out on clearing the bomb site. That's why it's such a big problem. So Gambit just right now they're just running their heads against the wall here. But that's a good opening. Snack's missing a shot, and that's going to give them a chance here. Neo thought for a moment about following up there into the middle. Molotov is going to come out. Pasha almost getting sprayed down there. He does get a leg shot in on Adrian, but it won't be enough for a kill. And Gambit making this round work for themselves.
Yeah, Neo luckily gets, well, Taz almost brings it back. There could have been a chance there. Unfortunately, now it's all on Neo to come through. He does find the headshot on Spaze through the lip of the little ledge there, but Still a 1v3. Taz had it was on Taz right there. If he could have got that kill, things would be looking up for VP. But Neo in a 1v3, it's not going to be pretty. He's going to get shot in the back. It's so ugly, in fact, that he turns away.
Yeah, but look at the pose that he pulled there. He was just posing right in the window. We should have seen that from the other side. I bet it would have been fantastic.
Almost looked like a certain dance move.
Please. Double AWP setup is what we're seeing now out of Snax and Pasha. 11-2 being the scoreline and moving into the 14th round. I feel like even if Gambit pick up the next 2 rounds, it's still not really worth celebrating, is it? And it's hard to know about that round. Like, it's not like Gambit did anything that they can go back and revisit and say, oh, let's do that again. They just won a bunch of duels, and you can see this time, if they're not, it's just not going to be working out. Adrian going down really early on.
They wish they could do that again. Hooch has somehow found his way out from Palace, though, and he's going to get that sneak shot onto Bialy in shadow, so it's a 4-on-4. Gambit hardly have any nades left to work with, though, so they have to get it done the hard way, landing the shots. Hooch, his second kill of this round. Taz is down. The incendiary getting put to use, that's going to force Snax into the corner. Neo gets caught out by Doja on short, and things are picking up here for Gambit. They're starting to actually do some damage. Snax will catch Doja in the end, but it's still a man advantage here for Gambit, and that bomb's about to get planted.
Yeah, and all this time, they don't have anyone in the CT spawn, which means actually Gambit could have put down the bomb a long time ago. We're going to be going down, and that drops the bomb right in sight. And look at this crossfire of AWPs. It's going to make it really tough. Snack's a little bit paranoid. Smoke is going to go up as well. They almost line up. Pasha getting the kill on the follow-up. Triple. Finally, he's been released from that B bomb side. And that's going to make it 12-2 moving into the 15th round.
All right, there's GIF material right there. Get his point of view. He just winked at the camera, man. Just winked at the camera with a bit of a nod and a smile. Got to get that point of view. ELEAGUE, social media guys, Twitter. There you go. So, what is this? I mean, really just what is that? I mean, it's just, unfortunately for Gambit, it's just like, right. So we get everything to go our way again, and yet somehow we allow one player to just completely wreck us. We had everything going our way there.
I think they slowed down too much, you know. Like the first kills were coming over the fact that they were just being very aggressive and staying in the fights. As soon as they slowed down, Virtus.pro are allowed to get into position and use those AWPs against them. So either you play a slow tactical game, and that hasn't really been working out so far because Virtus.pro just picked them off, right? I think the only round that really worked was some of the more aggressive ones. So Pasha pushed up close here. Space not going to check the corner. And Pasha looking for even more. Still got the AWP if they try and chase him down. That could be lethal. Flashbang goes out. And actually great shot from Doja, but it's probably too late anyway here. Virtus.pro showing exactly why they're so feared on this map.
Yeah, just individual duels, the confidence. They just know how to get the setups to work for them as well. And Pasha, I mean, he doesn't really care at this point. 12-3, it's solid work. Bialy with a little bit of a lame spray there. Doesn't really manage to just snuff Doja immediately. Draws it out, makes him suffer. And well, speaking of suffering, Hooch, look at those eyes. Look at those eyes.
It does look a little bit like he's realized this is not a good thing, but 2 really great kills coming through. Still a lot more to come. He's down at 40 health. Bialy is low, though. There is a chance, a very slim one at that. Bialy is the closest one, so he could make this a 1v1 right away. Certainly put a lot of pressure on Taz. He's going to walk right in. Doesn't realize that Bialy's hiding in the smoke, and now he checks it. A little bit too late. Has to go for the plant. He couldn't even fake it, and now it's going to be it. Bialy picks up the shot, and it will be 13-2 favoring Virtus.pro.
I don't know, is that a Gambit fan that just looks so distraught? Or is he just so happy that VP have just, you know, completely demolished them in the first half?
Could just be, you know, basic human empathy like that, you know, just feeling their suffering a little bit. I feel like this was just a very slow start from Gambit, and whatever they were trying to do, it hardly ever worked. 2 out of 15 rounds is what they got. We'll see if they can do better when we come back into the second half. It'll be after the break. have returned here to watch Virtus.pro beat up Gambit on Mirage. If they only got 2 out of 15 rounds, Gambit is Virtus.pro. It is you know, their home turf. There was a long while where there was a sort of a heavy discussion going on whether or not it was Na'Vi or Virtus.pro who were the best sort of team in the world on this map. And it wasn't always easy to tell, but the consensus was it had to be one of the two. And you can see that Virtus.pro have not forgotten how that works. Pasha here, having a bit of a weird game, spending so much time in the B bomb site, but overall been putting in you know, some work here at in ELEAGUE. I think he ends the game having. What is that?
Again, I didn't hear that. Like, you heard that too?
Yes, okay. that was not just in your head. But overall, it was Taz who picked up 21 kills. He slowed down a bit at the end, but a lot of work very early on. Virtus.pro, if they win the pistol, you don't need me to tell you it's obviously going to be the map to follow here. And Space trying to take a fight. Taz is there to back up, but not going to be quick enough. And Neo goes down. Nice reaction coming out of Gambit.
They're actually body blocking each other, and they know now that there's another man waiting in T-spawn. Doja has the longest fight of his life, and unfortunately, that is it. Space will find the headshot on Taz eventually, but it's a 3-on-3 scenario. Hooch, though, hitting a key shot, shuts down Taz. And now he can put some pressure on that bomb planter, try and deny it, and he gets another kill onto Snax. This is a big round coming in from Hooch. If he can get the job done here and just clutch it for his team, end it, it gives Gambit actually a fighting chance. But Pasha's still alive. We saw that he's on fire, or at least he's got the skills to get the kills in that first half. And with a minute left on this clock, he's got plenty of time to work with here, Anders. He can go anywhere.
I would say that was a very, you could see Hooch showing his years of playing this game. That was a very intelligent movement all around that bomb site. He really made sure to isolate the players and then make sure they couldn't gang up on him. Now, Pasha's showing something similar here. I don't always identify Pasha's playstyle as being sort of, you know, strong positional play. I think he's more of sort of a, you know, an aimer in that sense, but definitely smart for him to go and check the CT spawn and try and catch anyone out. Now, he's sort of forced to just go for the plant. That's still a big win considering where he was just at. He's only got 7 bullets, and he's going to end up going down a Space. Gambit going to win the round. There's so much to talk about around that. I mean, first of all, the individual stuff from Pasha and Hooch in this round is pretty cool. I really like it. But overall, as a team decision for Virtus.pro, when they get pushed on the ramp by 2 people, they know for a fact that, you know, the other 3 members of Gambit are probably going to be, well, there's probably going to be someone else in middle, right? So at most, there's going to be like 2 people on B. So why not just execute the push on B right then and there? And that's what they do. So the decision to do it is a very smart one for Virtus.pro. Hooch just playing this one so well.
It's just the individual play from Hooch that makes all the difference there. And he's leading his team again here today. 15-1-14 is the scoreline so far. 2 of those kills came in that pistol round. Gambit, that means that both teams split the pistols. VP won the CT pistol, their CT pistol. Now Gambit pick up theirs. But you're right, I mean, it's just Hooch. VP did everything right. It's just you can't really account for the individual plays sometimes that'll just completely shatter your correct decision. So VP, they feel like they came close enough in the last round, so they're going to go for the force buy here after that bomb plant. It's going to be Tech9, Kevlar, and a straight run into a UMP. Doja picks up the first kill on Neo, finds Snax dancing on the edge of the smoke, and now he's caught in a bit of a box, but he's got his teammates there to watch his back.
Oh, grenade. Almost going to chase down Taz. Pasha has managed to move into the B bomb side. It's a bit of a shame he didn't have the bomb with him. That could have been made for an interesting round. Mo going to get picked off and probably wondering where the hell that shot came from. Now they're going to make their way back to B with the bomb, but so is Gambit. And if Pasha doesn't live here, it doesn't really matter. And actually, Adrian going to be taken out by Ali in transit, and that will be Taz all on his own. So, yeah, good reaction from, I think especially from Adrian, just making sure they weren't going to have to deal with a bomb plant.
Yeah, again, that knife, that running with the knife out comes back to bite you. No control on mid, no idea where they're playing from. BLE trying to just shave some time off the clock, but he gets punished. I mean, it's situational, obviously, but there is a little bit of a discussion going on right now. It's like, should you be running with your knife out at all? Your pistol, you have a Tech9, just have the Tech9 out. I don't know.
Those are some of the ticks that are very hard to get rid of, right? Mm-hmm. I remember I had to sort of force myself in the beginning when Global Offense was out to not buy, you know, Deagle AWP, because that was the combo at 1.6. No, you would do that whenever you could, just for the sort of the combo effect. But doesn't make a lot of sense to do in this game.
A little bit of damage going out. Adrian's about to have a bit of a tough time. Somehow survives at least for a little bit longer. 3 kills, Adrian. just completely shuts down VP there on short. Thought that he was dead for sure. Even the Glock is dangerous in this game, and when there's 3 of them jumping at you, you shouldn't be surviving that. So a little bit of a stumble there from VP. This is a sick. This third one is what's nuts. Just boom, instant headshot on Bialy.
It is, but that could almost be, again, if you were a talent scout now. I mean, I think Adrian has already been sort of we've been looked at a little bit, but if you're a talent scout and you're looking for a sort of quality in a new player, the fact that he doesn't try to get the shot on the player who's jumping across his screen, but actually sort of refocuses on the second guy coming in there, those are some of the things whenever I see a player do that, I always think, ooh, there's someone who has like a really good instinct. It's very hard to learn that because things are happening so quick that it almost has to be instinctual, and that's something that's very good. It is the thing that I noticed when Flamey sort of came onto the scene first, before he even started playing in Na'Vi, when he was just playing in obscure Russian teams. That was the one thing that I was sort of looking out for. Is he kept doing that, and he still does it.
Well, the rule of thumb basically is that you kill the guy that you have your crosshair on, and then you worry about the rest, right?
Yeah, but that's not even what he did, because he did have his crosshair on the first guy. He just realized, I think, that if he switched that far to the right, he'd go down no matter what. So it is so hard to do. It's really, really hard to force you. Your brain will be telling you all the time, just, you know, I'm shooting this guy, just keep shooting this guy. And that's sometimes it can be better to make a different decision. So, yeah, it's a bit interesting.
No, it is. I mean, this is just a very subtle thing. And lots of CS watched and played. And, well, Snax isn't going to play anymore. Space finds him on short. And so far, things are developing quite nicely here for Gambit. They have everybody alive. Adrian just hanging on by a thread, but that's fine. Bialy and Taz are the last 2 alive here for Virtus.pro. And Bialy catches Hooch. And that was over in CT spawn on A. So Bialy just trying to make as much noise as possible over here, drawing the attention of Gambit to the site. He gets a 2nd kill on Doja. That's going to give them some room to work with now because Taz is still alive in mid. He's got a chance to catch the man, exactly, Spaze right there on short. Taz tapping, but he's not going to be able to get the kill.
And he is also out of time, so got to be careful right now that he doesn't die after the clock has run out. He's trying to make a bit of an escape. I think they should have heard him. Surprised that Space doesn't call that out for Adrian to run back, but he was also low on health, so maybe he just didn't want to take the fight. Regardless, it's going to be 6-13 here. Gambit doing better on the CT side, it seems.
A lot of frustration there from Pasha. That's always a bit of a shock, too. Once you see that smoke go down, though, that's when the smoke goes down, you sometimes see teams like put that Molotov into connector to try and get it up on that lip so that Moo can't stand there in that exact position. At this time, VP, they cut a corner, and it's going to come back to haunt them.
Ooh. Timing. It's close, but not quite now. He's probably... Oh, he unscopes just as he walks through the smoke. Mo gonna be rewarded eventually for his patience, but then Taz has picked up 2 kills in B and opened up the entire site, sneaking into the middle. Pasha gonna get caught, and you kind of wish he would have stayed behind there. There's a spot called Delpan where that little chair is, and you wish he would have just waited, because then he could have been so valuable to his team. Snax playing at a very odd angle. Almost no one will ever stand there, and I think that's why Doja wasn't ready for it. What is Snax going to do? He could have maybe tried to rotate back in through the kitchen window. He's going to make the jump. He will be successful. He's going to be flanking them now. Mo missing the shot, and Hooch trying to escape. Oh, what? Taking down Snax. I would like to see Snax face when that happens, because he played that whole round so well. The off angle over by Catwalk, the jump into window, flanking them, that gives Hooch a chance. Well, he will be saving the auto sniper. That's so much money being saved.
Yeah, he almost held there, but yeah, it was Taz taking point, and that's the hero AK. And what a play from him. 2 clean headshots, opening up that B site. And well, Taz, yeah, he did. I mean, he had a strong first half, as you guys can see, 24 and 12 for him. But that's a key round that's going to put Virtus.pro up on 14 rounds now versus Gambit 6. So the pressure has just ratcheted up a notch here for Gambit. Now they cannot make any more mistakes. They have to just shut it down here. When it was at 13, it's fine. You can afford to give up a round, but you're really hoping to give up that round a bit later into the half. Now, you really have to play a flawless half of CT side. Snax taking down Adrian to start is not going to help things.
It's also terrifying because they really don't have any money. So if they lose this round, it's not only map point, it's also probably going to be the map gone essentially, because they will have next to nothing to defend with. Neo holding over by underpass, just making sure that no one is sneaking in from behind. It's not something that Gambit have done too much. They're a lot less offensive on this on the CT side than VP ever were. So VP liked to push middle. They pushed into ramp a little bit, and even Pasha and Neo were pushing over by the B hallways. Seems like Gambit are really drawn back on the map.
Waiting to see where the aggression is going to come from. Doja wins the duel versus Neo, but Pasha's close enough to trade. And so they maintain that man advantage now. VP, they have to figure out how to deal with Hooch, who's holding in CT on the A side. Mu is in there with the AWP as well, and Sendir are going to keep him from being able to peek too aggressively. And there's a flash. That's the opening. Now Hooch gets in there with the Scar 20, boosted up on Ticket Booth, but Bialy's going to catch Hooch, and everything is working for VP. They're constantly trading right now. They're maintaining that man advantage, and now a two-man advantage as Pasha takes out Spaze.
They have to cross Mo eventually, so he's got a lot of pressure on his shoulders right now. I feel like he has to just try and see if he can clutch it. I know it's going to be tempting to save. He runs right into Pasha in the middle. Triple kill there without taking any damage. And a nice round from Pasha, playing it really well. 15-6 being the current scoreline, and just one more round. And again, the money is just not there for Gambit. Got one from us. Doja buying a UMP.
Yeah, it's all or nothing. That all or nothing play coming in. Snacks, 16 and 12, doing work as well. It's really, this has just been the Taz show. I mean, everybody's consistently in the mid-teens behind Taz, but Taz is the one who's really just, he's like 10 kills ahead. So just a big map coming in from Taz. Speak of the devil, he takes a nade to the face, but then he catches Doja through the edge of the smoke. And that's the UMP down. So one of the big weapons there that Gambit had to work with, no longer in use. Bialy finds Adrian on short. They just can't seem to win a duel right now, Gambit. They're getting overrun completely.
Yeah, it's a bit of a tragic way to go, not even able to put up a real fight with really good rifles here. Hooch, so many targets. He does the best that he can. Now it's on Spaze. Deagle, 4 targets. He does stop the bomb from going down, but that's about the best we could say. 16-6 in favor of Virtus.pro on the first map here. Mirage, and just a solid, absolutely solid performance. And Virtus.pro, when they're in this kind of mood, it's very hard for any team in the world to try and deal with them. They're just... yeah, they are a real powerhouse when they get into this state of mind. I'm glad that Moses got a chance to mention the dreaded Virtus plow, because I think we just saw it come out.
Exactly, that's the main thing.